And that's why decks like this that have a lot of these situational cards and that draw a lot of spells want a lot of like weird one-ofs. That's why Chain Vest is nice. That's why Potion is nice. That's why I like Purify as a one-of right now. Purify is like a meta call. Honestly, it's like this deck doesn't really necessarily need the help against elusives, but it's also like just quite nice against like, I don't know, mirrors, like anyone running standalone. There's so many like burst speed buffs that Purify just counters. And this is like exactly the kind of deck that can afford to run cards like Purify. Like even in states where the meta is like only a bit skewed towards it, like it's fine. Fiora to Ionia with Ash Tryndamere. That's gonna be a pretty slow game. Could I keep Deny in hand just because I'm on River Shaper standalone? And I think the answer is yes, actually. Like I'm gonna want the Deny value in these slow games. Have you considered Detain for this? I think it's a little expensive, and I don't know what it really adds to this deck. It's kind of like a worse Will of Ionia for how this wants to play. Right? Like, paying 1 extra mana just to, like... I mean, the whole point is that the deck is just fine to slow things down, right? You don't need to, like, any degree of permanence. So I just want to get my River Shaper to start drawing soon. The Ionia version, like, the Fiora is not going to win me the game.
Water changes,
I think.
never breaks.
I think it almost can't. So we'll just do this instead.
Not and ready.
Okay. So he'll go for an attack, and we'll take like the standalone block on the Aberros and snap it back to him.
Currents, hold them down.
But yeah, we're gonna just kind of like try to out control this a bit. And maybe like Fiora can be like somewhat of a pressure tool. Mostly it's like. I guess we just make a really big River Shaper, huh? He'll block, and then when we stand alone, then he'll Frostbite it afterwards. Frostbite no block? Frostbite into block. That's a mistake. He'll have to play a second card here. And if he... the way he sequenced that might have just lost him the game, but if he has a second card, then it's just a punish. So he has to use 2 cards now. It's a hard represent on the second standalone. Like he should feel pretty good about putting us on that.
I will unite the Freljord.
The Freljord. So developing Fiora means he kind of can't take an attack, which feels good. I guess I could kind of debate him with 3rd standalone, but Shadow Assassin standalone doesn't really trade well into Tash. It's a 5/5, so it'll lose Tash. I think I'll just take an attack here.
Let them eat souls.
I've got 2 Fioras. I actually expect him to do something here. I don't think he can resist the temptation to keep his Ash alive. And I don't really mind taking that risk because I've got the 2nd Fiora. So I'm not really like lowering my overall value here. Whoa, that's a pass. Wow. Is his hand actually just like super bricked out?
I long for a worthy opponent.
Honestly, I don't know if I even want to buff Fiora here. This could be the kind of game where I would rather just buff standalone. Does he have like Shatter? Why would that play can't make any sense unless he has like Shatter, right? I think I'll just... That's actually so weird. I think I just burn the mana here, and when he goes to kill my Fiora next turn, then I just stand alone. The 3rd standalone has really bad odds for, well, for him to think I have it. I mean, So he's just taking the like burn on my mana here. That's pretty cute. I guess standalone. I think it's probably like the most important thing here is to kill the shaman. I think.
Nothing to hold me back.
I could open attack and threaten the shaman. He will just take a bite. You might have to use something really, really awkward like Harsh Winds though if I do that. I lose some elusive pressure as well.
For the honor run.
Let's start with this. Yeah, the shaman is definitely just too annoying for sure. Yeah, there's nothing we can really do there. The fact that like that frostbite stuff, his burst speed is really powerful. Like I can't like single combat after that. Like that's such a big deal that like all frostbite is just that burst speed. Moist.
Hey man, love your dedication. Keep up the good work.
Also, do you think your Dawn Spider's deck is good against elusive?
I don't know if I find enough value in denying that, do I? Do I need this Fiora? It's pretty close. Dawn Spiders is unfavored versus elusive. Like, it depends on where you are in ladder. I think it's still a fine deck. A couple of people hit Master with it. But it really depends on like where you are on the ladder and how many elusives you're seeing. Because I was not recommending the deck when elusives were like 70% of what I'm facing, but I'm seeing elusive less and less, and yeah, they're still around, but Dawn Spiders isn't like so horrendously unfavored against them that it's like impossible to run. I think it's a fine deck. Yeah, I guess just Blade Keeper in here is fine.
The finest blades for my lady.
I need only one to win.
I'm basically one.
Drop elusive and Tryndamere Judgment. Yeah, the Tryndamere Judgment is pretty big as well. So we have the third Fiora, which is pretty funny. If we single combat, his burst will always resolve faster. Man, so I mean if we riposte, he'll probably just use another freeze or something. I think I have to use it here. Like, if he uses Harsh Winds for this, I don't even mind, but it's kind of crazy. Like, I can't single combat because of the burst speed. I can't do it before or after the Frostbite, so I just kind of have to let the Frostbite happen. And the Wolf kills through barriers. If he has the other Frostbite, he's just good. Yeah, Frostbite's a scary deck, man. I think that's definitely going to be something that is going to come out as like at very least a tier 2 deck. I feel like it has a hard time being lower than tier 2. It seems good. Seems great. So he doesn't have the Frostbite in hands, which means he's likely on deny. I think if I single combat this Rhyme Tusk Shaman, I think I can actually bait out the deny that is otherwise limiting my judgment in hand. And because we know he doesn't have a Frostbite, he'll take a deny on this. And then, if he has a second deny, I will just do the same thing and bait that out as well. And that leaves the judgment open. But this is a very, very key turn.
This will be quick.
Okay, so he doesn't have second deny, and he has no Frostbites in hand. I think if you had Harsh Winds, you had to use it there. So he doesn't have Harsh Winds either. Although there's some players that would keep Harsh Winds in that hand. So 0 deny, 0 Frostbites.
Winter is the Freljord's true ruler.
Unfortunately, our Fiora is permanently at 0. So it's going to be a little hard to win the game with her, but we drew the last Fiora, that'll help.
Silent as death.
Okay, so we've got Fiora at 4 attack with these two. Okay, so when he goes to swing with a wolf, we'll basically kill him here. I think he played that wolf from the top deck. I looked at the out of the corner of my eye. I didn't see 100%, but I think it was the card he top decked there. Which means these two cards are still neither Deny nor Frostbite.
Cannot hide.
Ice runs in our veins.
Cards drawn in Runeterra go to the left side in hand, so that's something that's important to keep in mind. People are 100% sleeping at Rime Tusk Shaman. Yeah, that's a good card. I mean, Frostbite is just good in general. And yeah, that's his top deck again. He just played that from left side again. So he's got a unit, and again, neither card is Deny or Frostbite, which is really nice information to have. I mean, am I gonna need all this mana? Yeah, I could.
I smell a fight!
He has a pretty hard time not attacking here.
Live to fight!
Takes the solo attack on Tryndamere. It's pretty interesting. I don't think I want to give up any real value here, so this is kind of like the perfect will turn. The question is, do I need will for a win condition? I don't think I do, but the option... I mean, we're not really in a hurry, right? The only thing I gain by using will here is like mana efficiency. Yeah, whatever, I'll just do it later. No big deal. I'm not... Like, keeping will up could actually allow me a way to take the game down, and I mean, River Shaper is fine here for mana efficiency. Like, I'm not burning too much. He's killing his Rime Tusk Wolf. And honestly, using Will on Shadow Assassin seems kind of better, right? Will on Shadow Assassin is like pretty insane value here, especially with the draw. This looks good. It's just pretty fantastic mana efficiency. Get like an elusive, do something.
Silent as death.
The frost revealed all to me.
And we've got Deny, which means we're good at, except for, yeah, we should beat everything here, right? Even if we pre-commit, I think we beat everything. I think there's nothing that beats us. So I will... Oh, that's actually not true. That's actually not true. I think I have to drag the Rime Tusk Shaman and then riposte. And then if he freezes her, then we've got Radiant Strike.
Counter and strike.
And then all we have to do is slap this Tryndamere and we're good. And we have, I think, an unlosable hand here. I mean, I don't think there's any top deck that can do enough about this hand.
To battle!
Is this supposed to be a challenge?
Okay, so we assume he's drawn second Tryndamere. If I lifesteal at the same time as he overwhelms, does the lifesteal happen before the overwhelm? Same time? Well, what does same time mean? One of them happens before the other. Either I'm dead or I'm not. Same time doesn't mean anything. Swinger priority? Swinger has priority, so I'm dead. No, you die then heal.
I'm not done!
What?
We swim within the flows of
I feel like I'm getting trolled. Trindamir's spell is at burst speed and gives 4 health up to 14, which is actually outside of my kill range. So I can't grab the Trindamir, but he can block my Fiora. Open attack.
I will play my part.
Hilariously, he doesn't actually need to block this.
I'm basically 1/8 gay.
I mean, the second Trindamir being drawn and giving him the Trindamir spell is like my lose condition right now. Oh, the no block. That's a good play. That's a good play that he didn't take that block. Usually people would block there. That's smart. I think we go for it now. I think we have too much value.
Your move.
I'm trying to think of like a big counter to this, and I think it's just deny. Which of course we have covered. GG, bud. The double deny tough deck.
Here they are.
Dude, Fiora is actually so satisfying to play. This is great. I love playing Fiora decks.